They say success is the best revenge. Heard they were sleeping again, say it no more.
Got any fucking stock? Okay, wait, he's coming. Make some shit up.
So I think if we short Pfizer, that's it. And if we have
$430,000 in 1 month, Jordy? Huh? $430,000 fucking dollars in 1 fucking month.
morning, they're business expenses. Relax.
Business expenses?
Yes.
Jordy, look what you got here.
What?
Look at this. $26,000 for 1 fucking dinner.
Okay, no. This could be explained. Dad, we had the Pfizer clients.
Right, the porterhouse from
The
Argentina.
expensive champagne, the wine. We had to buy champagne, and you ordered all the fucking sides. Tell them about the sides
I
you
ordered
ordered.
the sides, so...
Sides?
Yeah.
Sides? $26,000 worth of sides? What are these sides? They cure cancer?
The sides did cure cancer. That's the problem. That's why they were expensive.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm serious. I know.
Stop.
And EJ Entertainment. What the fuck is EJ Entertainment?
Well, that's
Yeah, George, what's
how
EJ
do I
Entertainment?
describe this?
George, what is that?
It's a fucking prostitution ring, Jordy.
I know.
That's what it is.
That is what it is.
Isn't that the perfect description for it?
That is what it is. But none of these were charged to me. This is all of them.
Oh,
and
that
I had
was
nothing
all
to do.
us.
It wasn't me though. Fucking explain this shit to him.
Well, I
These
thought-
are all your fucking charges right here.
You guys, the IRS, they allow for TNA. It's fine.
T&E. T&E.
Yeah, I said TNA.
No, you said TNA.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
You did?
When
Yeah,
did
you
I
did.
say
You
that?
said TNA. It's T&E, all right?
I know you're upset about the dinner, and that makes sense because we did spend too much money, but I said TNA.
Don't tell me what you said. I heard what you said.
He said TNA.
He did. He said
yeah,
TNA.
absolutely no question.
Yeah,
I heard it.
I'm trying to...
I'm getting this
Fucking
close.
sweating. Dad,
I'm getting
relax.
this close.
That's what I'm saying. I want you to open up more, Max.
He's gonna fucking kill you.
Why do you
kind of
hold it in? Why
what
do you... Max, why do you hold
That's
it in?
it. That's it. Get the fuck
What kind of hooker takes credit cards?
A rich one.
What y'all can, niggas talking crazy about me. When they see me, they be fans. That shit crazy, how you do that? I could never understand. I get fly with it, two-tone AP diamonds. I'm in the G63 with the peanut butter seeds, these shits massaging me. They be the nigga that posts his gun the most, be the nigga that die with it. Like he ain't even get the slide with it. Like nigga that turn his eye with it. Like look, and I got two chains, burn that two bang. I'm in the spot, so I put it in two flame. I get that shit to Lil' Birdie, he cushin' a half for a chain. Good at the bang, I'm in the spot with the gang, and this bitch, and won't shit change. And this bitch, I got that thing on my hip, oh yeah. Catch me in your city swerving, I just top that drop top roast. Who these niggas that been dissing me, does anybody know? Off the Henny, I fuck any bitch like eeny, miny, mo. Just like eeny, miny, mo. Hit it, pass it to the Learjet. I got 2 hoes calling my phone, they like, why you ain't here yet? Bitch, you lucky you on this jet, your ass be flying spirit. Bitch, I'm pressing experiment. Fucking that bitch in a period. Looking at bitch like, yeah, I done got you.
Crypto YouTube. How's it going? Long time no talk. Crypto Said here with another banger. Didn't get my video update on Thursday. I had some critical security updates I had to get on my website, so I spent most of that time working through that nitty gritty, you know, just the stuff that isn't really fun and entertaining. It kind of brings back memories to the CrowdStrike issue and the whole Delta fiasco. They always said that, you know, Delta doesn't want to ever update its infrastructure because it's not pretty. You can't post it on Instagram, you can't show it on Snapchat, you can't show it on Facebook, you can't show upgrading infrastructure on, you know, your social media accounts. So why invest in that, right? Well, I did invest highly into it. All the work I've done on the website and everything, I just want to make sure everything's secure, all my members are secure, all the data's secure, everything. So anytime there's a security update, that's main priority. And then the rest of the weekend kind of got away from me on that. I did go golfing again, my second real time going golfing, playing 18 holes. I've been hitting the range. I've been doing it all now. I'm becoming a golfing boy, and I'm enjoying every moment of it. But yeah, I do have a pretty important update for everybody to get into. I did get some updates on the course stuff. I am going to be releasing the psychological course eventually, probably mid next week is what I'm going to work on doing. Hopefully, if everything goes well. The update for the websites went really well, so that was helpful. That kind of is going to help pave the way to get this new course out. But I did kind of want to show, I was pretty happy with the updates to the course, so I wanted to kind of go over it and show you the changes that were made. I kind of revamped this just a tad bit, but the biggest thing that was revamped for the course is this right here, which is just kind of like a better process, a better concept to go through the quiz. It's just easier to go through. You have all your questions over here so you can navigate through them. If there's one wrong, you can click on it, it'll open up. You can change the answer, to whatever is correct or whatever you think might be correct, and then you can just go ahead and finish the quiz automatically. Before, what was happening is that you would have to navigate all the way to the end, to the very end of the quiz group of questions, and then you're able to finish the quiz. So I went ahead and showed this all the time, the finished quiz all the time. I modified the looks of this as well, the feel of this and the looks of it. Question 9 of 16, it kind of shows a little bit better, cleaner, tighter, just better. Text is a little bit better, but the biggest thing is this awesome navigator on the side right here that just lets you pop through whatever item you want to and change it or look at it, whatever it may be. So I'm just really happy with those changes. But anyways, we got a packed filled video for everybody. We're going to talk dollar, S&P. We're going to look at some news articles, of course, first, and then we're going to get into Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then we'll end there. I think that would be pretty good to just get those in there and call it a day. I am a little rusty. I didn't get the video out Thursday, so I'm a tad little rusty. So hopefully this video has a lot of information for you and can help you grasp the concepts of trading. Right now I am in a short. I spoke about it to the group, just a small short, nothing crazy. I did speak to the group about it on Saturday night, I think it was. Let me go back here. I'm pretty sure it was Saturday night. Sorry, hold on just a second. We talk a lot in the group. But I did give a confirmation signal of us going down, and here it is right here. So I said this here concerns me, and most in the group already knew my language and knew what to look for. We had an awesome play on this, and I'm going to discuss that, what I was seeing, what was going on with Juxtapose in the video, the Bitcoin update video. So stay tuned for that, and then we'll dive deep into that as well. There's a few items I'm looking for with Bitcoin. I'm leaning a bit bullish on it. However, the dollar is near an all-time area support level. So we're going to dive into that as well and just kind of see what that has for us as well. So there's a lot of content, a lot of things to see, and I'm excited for this video, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy making it. And I do just want to give a big shout out and thank you to all the new subscribers, everybody who likes my videos, who comments. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You guys help me strive to continue making videos, out of the kindness of my heart, giving direction, helping people. Is what I love, and it's what I'm going to continue to do. So without further ado, we're going to start with news articles. We're going to jump into that, and then we'll start looking at stocks, and we'll start looking at Bitcoin. So here we go. So it was actually a pretty eventful day. We had quite a bit of news coming out today, but I'm going to go over one of the key items that we had today. So Boeing has recorded 1.5 billion of Starliner forward losses, says Jeffries. So NASA's decision to bring Starliner astronauts Butch Wilmore and Suna Williams home on SpaceX spacecraft represents another hit for Boeing. Honestly, it's pretty bad for Boeing. They've been having a really rough year. I noticed that the stock the past year has almost halved. I'm not quite sure what the future holds for Boeing, to be honest with you. It doesn't look really good. Your spaceship and your aircrafts aren't doing really well. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to be in that predicament, you know. Why Telegram CEO Pavel Durov's, I'm probably butchering the name, arrest could weaken your online freedom. So pretty big news today with the guy who created Telegram being put into jail. So that's tough to see. That kind of brings out the bad in free speech and losing the ability to have free speech. You know, that is a thing that should be a thing for everybody. Everybody should have the ability to have free speech. But yeah, it's unfortunate. FOMO returns as the option market as traders chase stocks higher. Yeah, here we are, the FOMO titles, the going higher. Just, you know, when you're trading, be careful right now. Things are about to get really bumpy for us. And, you know, if you watch my channel, you'll be on the right side for those. BloFin drops bid to buy Paramount, clearing the way for Skydance deal. So that's pretty cool. Paramount stock has been down pretty bad recently. So the Fed rate cut cushion is good news for crypto. Awesome. This is great to hear. I think that once rates start cutting down, there will be more risk appetite. I don't think it will initially happen. It will be after a couple months, probably 6-7 months after we start really getting into rate cuts, that crypto will really take off and get some really good legs. Things have been tough. It's been a pretty choppy month. I think next month we might start getting some volatility towards the end. But with election coming up this year in November, I don't really see much of movement until that happens. SEC case against Kraken will proceed to trial, California judge rules. The federal regulator sued Kraken in California last year, alleging that the crypto company failed to register with the SEC as a broker, exchange, or clearinghouse. Crazy to hear that. When I first got into trading and stuff, Kraken was like one of the first ones I went to trade off of, and I never really cared too much for the exchange. I didn't hate it as much as I hated Coinbase. Coinbase I've hated the worst. High fees, really just a very bad exchange overall. But Kraken was like, the fees were reasonable, but the exchange interface was miserable. It was terrible. It looked just like an engineer sat there and created a crypto terminal for you to trade off of. It was disgusting. The old crypto terminal, like crypto exchange for Kraken, was miserable. It was so bad. The UI was terrible. You had to be like a rocket scientist to navigate that. And I mean, it shouldn't have been complicated, you know. It should have been buy, sell. That's it, you know. But these were like in the olden days, the golden ages, 2014, 2015, 2016 time. I just remember Kraken UI was so bad. It's kind of a lot better, but I haven't really been back on there. I mean, there's plenty of other great exchanges. MEXC, BloFin, Bybit. I mean, there's just so many other great exchanges to trade off instead of Kraken. And Kraken does still have pretty high fees. PayPal stablecoin hits 1 billion market cap as incentives boost activity on Solana. It's pretty crazy to see that PayPal stablecoin's doing really well. So I thought this was nice to share for everybody. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to look at S&P first. Oh man, S&P has just been on a tear. I'm still looking for this area right here to be hit. We haven't quite gotten this yet. I'm going to move this over maybe like right here. I don't really see us going much higher until this area is hit. So just something to keep track of, know about. But let's get into this. Let's see what the weekly looks like. Weekly starting to turn up. Actually, that's looking really darn good. Dang. I'm liking that. That's looking really beautiful there. See the daily. Daily's starting to get really bearish. Lots of bearish divergence. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bearish divergence on the day for S&P. So we're definitely due for a pullback soon here. Whether that be we get a swing fail high of here and then come back into the range, could be a possibility as well. Would like to see how that plays out. Let's see. 12 hour. 12 hours looking really bad too. Very bearish. 8 hours looking pretty bearish. We have another bearish divergence forming right now. 6 hours looking pretty darn bad too. Drop to the 4 hour, 2 hour. 2 hours looking pretty bad. 4 hour. 4 hours pointing down for us right now as well. Overall, not looking really great. I don't really see any bullish momentum for this. The lower time frames possibly get back to the top of the high here, but overall I'm still leaning bearish on S&P. My position on what I think of it hasn't changed from the last video. The last video I was pretty bearish as well, and it's just going to continue holding that stance until we actually have further move up. So that's that. All right, so the dollar is kind of at a really important spot right now. My last video, I was still kind of bullish on it, but it's been pretty much going down in a drop, like just a dramatic drop for us. We are about to swing fail this area right here, possibly. It's kind of looking like a nice support area. The weekly's still down though for us, so I'm not a fan of the weekly still on the dollar. Let's see what the day looks like. Day is bottoming out really well. Let's get some lines in here real quick. So we're pretty much coming on a year, a multi-year, because this is what, October 2023, a year. So about a year is let's see, wait, hold on, October. I wish I had the dates a little bit better with this. 2023. Yeah, so let's start at 2023. So about 2 years. 2 years of data coming in on here. Because we have November, January. Yeah, so 2 years of data. I was right. So we have about 2 years of data coming in on this. And I wouldn't mind seeing us, just because like these higher time frames are still low. I mean, there's still a little bit, 12 hours still got a little bit more room to move lower. I wouldn't mind seeing this just kind of swing fail this whole entire range and then have a nice pop. So, you know, maybe something in this area right here we could look for and see how that goes. But it's pretty much bottom out. I would like to see us quick wick to the bottom here, get that swing fail pattern, and then start rising back up. But overall, it's looking pretty good for the most part, other than the weekly. The weekly's still looking really bad in the day. But outside of that, these lower time frames are starting to look pretty good. Day could get a little bit more room going for it. It's tough. Volatility's expanded out, so we're pretty much exhausted volatility. Had a nice move here with it. Large volatility coming in, went down, dropped really well. I had a bottom out signal. So overall, ideally, I would just like us to get a little bit lower just to swing fail this whole range and then make a move up. Might not get it, but this is looking pretty darn good. I don't see a reason why we don't, you know, I want to test this. I want us to test this, but if we don't, I ideally think we go higher. I don't see any reason for us to go much lower. We are pretty darn low already. Let's see, from 5%. So 5% move since June to the lows. And it's ironic because Bitcoin hasn't done anything with that, practically nothing with that. So sad to see that. Kind of a decouple in some sense with Bitcoin and this. But, you know, we'll see. So leaning a little bit bullish on the dollar. S&P I'm still bearish on. All right, so we'll check out Bitcoin now. So biggest thing with Bitcoin I want to see is I want to see us test this weekly P right here and kind of get into this range right here, this range right in this area right here, bounce off there, and then possibly have another move up at the high to test the high. Let's see what the weekly looks like. I haven't seen what the weekly looked like yet this week. Not really that great. Still pointing down for us. That's not good. Daily. See, this is about all the hope we have for the bulls is left, is this daily right here, because 12-hour looks really bad. 12 hours starting to turn over. We have 3 bearish divergence on it. Not looking great. 8 hours not looking great. I mean, overall, I just see us going lower. At least test the weekly P. See how that reacts. But it doesn't look really that great for me. We do have a Dalton for the day, but I did look at high block earlier today, or earlier before this video, and I don't really see anything really to take note of with this. This just doesn't, it looks kind of dead, to be honest with you. 61 longs to 17 short liquidations. I mean, it's just dead. We do have a nice liquidity right here, though, right where the weekly P is. No, right before the weekly P. So I don't see a reason why we can't come down a little lower, hit the weekly P, see how we react in there. We also have the 382 right here. So kind of getting down in the 61,000, 61.5 area, see how we do. If we get down there slowly, then that's a bigger chance that we'll have a nice bounce. If we get down there pretty quick, then I think we would go a bit lower, at least back to 60,000. 4 hour looks terrible. 6 hour looks bad too. 8 hour looks terrible. I mean, all these time frames are looking pretty bad. 1 hour is starting to turn up though, but that's about it. See what the 2 hour looks like. 2 hour does have bullish divergence, but hasn't confirmed yet. We still have about an hour, 47 minutes left before that actually confirms. Oops. So I am leaning, you know, I want to lean still bullish on Bitcoin to some extent, but these higher time frames are really telling me otherwise. So for me, I'm expecting us to get a pullback to the weekly P, possibly this fib. If we don't really get a good reaction in this area, then I could see us going back down to 60,000. So ideally, I'm leaning a bit bearish right now for this. The only conviction I have for this to go higher would be the daily, and this can take a bit of time to play out. So we can come down, test the lows again, and then pick up steam and head back up to the top. But it doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good, unfortunately. We did get my play from the last video. I spoke about getting up here to the 63K area. You'll see that right here. It's really hard to give indications of positions to take, but for me, these are the two areas I'm looking for. Sometimes you have to take this into consideration and trade both ways and see which way it happens, right? So for me, I'm still, like I said in my private video last night, I'm still looking for this area. I feel like it's going to happen sooner rather than later. I'm hoping it's more of a scalp trade than like a full out dump with the market. But again, we have that report coming out tomorrow. This video coming out and everything I'm speaking of right now could change tomorrow if that report comes out and it's not received well. I mean, Bitcoin won't survive. It will not survive this area. We will find a new low. I just feel like that is really bad. So we crushed it, right? We got the high right there, and then we kind of fallen right back into it. So unfortunately, it did go a little bit higher than expected, but you know, the direction was up, the direction went up, right? It's great to see that. So overall, I am leaning a bit temporary bearish for Bitcoin, and I hate to say it, I really do. I hope that's not the case, but there are things leading me to believe that, you know, we are getting close to having a pullback before we have hopefully more continuation up. Anyways, there is one thing on the block today, though. We do have a Dalton possible here, but we're still kind of teetering outside of previous day value area low. So we have D open here, previous day value area lows right here. Need some candle closures into this area to possibly oscillate back to the previous day value area high. Now, it's not a very large trade. The risk reward ratio of it is tough. You know, we get back into previous day value area low, possibly setting an area for a long in this area, stops near the previous day value area low, and then kind of wait for this to hit back up to previous day value area high. We still have almost a full day to trade this and for it to possibly happen. So we could theoretically get the weekly P that I spoke about earlier here, and then bounce and then get the Dalton play and then come back down again. But it's tough. So these are just areas that I'm thinking of, possible areas I'm thinking of. But the biggest thing is, you know, I want this weekly P. I want this fib level to be hit. That's the big scenario for this, for Bitcoin. So that's pretty much it I have with Bitcoin. You know, this weekly P, will be touching this soon enough, I'm sure. But this order block is really what I'm looking for. I'm thinking that's looking really clean for a good long, possibly. All right, let's check out Ethereum. It's tough seeing Bitcoin like it is on the weekly like that, but the daily is about all the hope it's got right now. Until that starts turning over, I won't be full on bear mode until I fully see that crossover and go down. Oh, weekly is looking really nice on this. We have two bearish divergence on the weekly. Let's see if we can go back and see. We had a or not bearish, sorry, bullish divergence. We had two bullish divergences. Sorry, I was thinking bearish. We were just chatting about it, and I'm just like bearish. We had a bullish divergence right here, and then had a pretty darn good move up, to be honest with you. Let's see here. So we let it confirm right there. Get on this one. Take it. Let's say we take it up to resistance, which would be here. I mean, that would have been damn. That would have been a great trade. Would have taken a bit of time to play out. 98 days, but wow, that one bullish divergence right there played out really nicely. Let's see, what about this one? Bullish divergence here played out really nice as well. You see the continuation pattern of this. Yep, that played out pretty darn well. Not as well, but still, concept still applies. It played out. We did get two bullish divergence here, played out pretty well. This one played out pretty darn well. Had to move up. This one, let's see, this one played out just as well too. So anything bullish divergence related on Ethereum seems to play out pretty darn well. Those did not play out well, but there wasn't much data to come on to when those came. So let's see, bearish divergence on this. I mean, we're in a bull market, so that didn't play out as well, right? Let's see. This one, bearish divergence, 2 of them, didn't really play out very well. Again, the trend is your friend, right? We're still going up. This top out signal did play out though. So we don't really have any we don't have any top out signals right now on the weekly. So this is looking really good, I must say. Having 2 bullish divergence like this, it's only a matter of time before we actually get follow through with that. So this is really looking a lot better than Bitcoin, I must say. Days looking pretty darn nice too. Still 12 hours, same concept as Bitcoin, starting to turn over. Let's see where the weekly P is real quick before we go further into this. I think we probably already touched it. Oh, yeah, we already touched it. We hit it already. So the other thing with the weekly P is, if you've been watching my channel and stuff, most cases we hit the weekly P about 80% of the chance, especially if it's in a reasonable price zone of it. So like if the weekly P is like 10,000 points away, the chance of it hitting for that week can be pretty slim. It just depends how volatile the market is at the time. But in most cases, we do hit the weekly P, and we hit it pretty right on. So we hit the weekly P, Sunday opened, here in this area. And then we pretty much took that. So like right here, Sunday open, we were just kind of in this area right here, hit the order block up here. You could have taken a trade over here in the order block, targeting the weekly P. It would have played out really well. The concept of it, that's a pretty nice trade setup right there. Right into the weekly P would have been 3.3%. Great trade, great setup. High, stop loss at the high. Wonderful trade setup there. So, but we are starting to get some support in this old order block, this old resistance order block right now here. So I'm liking how this is starting to look. 2 hour does have a bullish divergence right now going on. So we should have a little bit of a follow through up to the upside. 4 hour does look not really good though. 6 hour doesn't look really good either, along with the 8 hour not looking great either. So same concept of like Bitcoin. It's tough to see this. It's tough to see these like medium high term time frames still pointing down. But the weekly is starting to really show signs of strength, and I love to see that. So we might have it where Ethereum does move the market for us more so than Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin does follow soon. So again, if Bitcoin does start ranging and we kind of just sit in an area, that's good opportunity for alts to start moving and alts to take some positions and kind of trade those as you can. I do want to look at let's see Pepe. I haven't looked at this in a while. Weekly looks miserable on this. I hate that for it. Dailies, we're kind of stuck in this zone right here on the daily, but the momentum on this hasn't really been too great lately. Sad to see that. Daily starting to turn over though. Let's check out the 12 hour. 12 hour, same concept. We're kind of same concept as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Just not looking too great on these higher to lower time frames. So I do want to see just a pullback, another pullback done from alts and done from Ethereum and Bitcoin to possibly have another bounce. The day is pretty much the only thing that's holding any possible chance of there being somewhat of a rally. So just be cautious of the day looking like this. I wouldn't try to short anything too heavy, especially shorting at a bottom or in a support zone. I would kind of just wait it out and see how it does. But the biggest thing is, if we start getting back up here at the top, kind of get a swing fail pattern going, take that trade. So let's see, 2 hour lower is looking pretty good. 4 hours starting to turn over. 2 hours starting to turn over, 4 hours starting to look pretty good. I mean, this is looking a lot better than Bitcoin, but I'm still not quite a fan of this, and I still think we could go a bit lower on it. We already hit the weekly P, so that's done. Can't use that as a target. So the only real target we have left is Bitcoin's weekly P, and we're kind of slowly moving towards that, unfortunately. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't really have any more content to give. I would look for the dollar to swing fail this whole entire range before we start having another move back up to the top. When we do start cutting rates, I believe that the dollar will go lower. So this would be just a temporary bounce, which is kind of great because this would give some time for the weekly to really reset and really just dry out completely. But yeah. The other biggest thing to look for is Ethereum and the bullish divergence on the weekly. That is starting to set up pretty nice. I would like to see that further move. I think that's pretty much it. Maybe we look at Dow for a second, see if there's anything with Dow. Dow's looking really darn good. Starting to catch up to S&P pretty well. Man, that's beautiful. Weekly's starting to top out now. Check out the day. Day's starting to top out too. We're kind of in this resistance zone right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if we start having a bit of a pullback. How much of a pullback? Probably back to this weekly P, to be honest with you. Why can't we hit the weekly P, right? Pull up the 2 hour. Let's go ahead and jot this down, see if we get this area. Kind of a long drop though. Not too bad actually. We could probably make that in a week before it resets, right? Well, we have 4 days, so 800 points. That's not too bad. That's doable. It's doable to get back down there. Let's go ahead and save this, see what we get on my next update. So, but yeah, that's it for me. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a good evening, a good morning, or a good afternoon, wherever you are. Peace and love. I will be releasing another public psychology video later this week, possibly on Wednesday. I probably won't have another market update until Sunday. I have some things I'm going to be doing Thursday and Friday and into Saturday. So I might get one out to you guys on Wednesday, depending on how the markets are moving and if there's any good, solid information to get to y'all. But thanks for watching, and peace.
Perché basta banana, perché non mangiamo più e non bisogna più. Perché basta banana.